Good evening, people of God. Oh my goodness, how are you all? I am exhausted. I hope everyone had an amazing day. I did. I had a very, very, very long day, and it's still not over. I wanted to cook dinner and prep my meals for the remainder of the week. I had every good intention to do that, but I just don't have the energy to do that. I have a hunger headache. But I was talking to one of my mentors, and this led me to what I'm about to talk about. You know, people of God, many of us, we've been on jobs. Many of you have your own businesses and stuff like that. And I just want to say something. Always be cognizant of how you treat people. Always treat people the way you want to be treated, even if you are the boss. You know, even if you the CEO, even if you're the head. Never forget how to be a servant. You know, sometimes there are people who they know they've been mistreated on some jobs, and they will wait, they will endure that until they get in a position of leadership. And rather than them break the cycle and treat people well, better than they've been treated, they'll wait until they get in a position of leadership and say, well, I had to go through it. It's my time now. It's like hazing, you know, and it's sad because some people, they have these secret underground hazing that goes on right in the midst of some of these jobs, you know, some of these employment agencies, you know. People are mistreated, and nobody has time for that. People go to work. They want to go to work, and they want to be treated decently. You know, they don't want to be talked down to just because you're their supervisor or just because you own the company, you know. And when you treat people well, you'll have people that come to work because they want to be there, you know, not because they have to. Because a lot of times, you know, people can quit and go find someplace else. And when you find places that have a revolving door, when you find places whose where their retention rate is not high, they don't have a strong retention rate, where they have a very high turnover rate, where people come and they constantly go. And I'm not talking about they just come and go on after being there for 10 years, you know, 8 years, and, you know, spending some time. No, people come and they going after a year, after 6 months. They constantly, nobody's staying over a year or two, you know. That's a problem with internal management, with leadership. You know, people don't quit jobs. They quit supervisors. They quit unrighteous, unfair treatment. Nobody wants to be mistreated. You're dealing with adults, you know. So I wanted to share that for many of you who may be coming into leadership. You may be getting promoted, or you may be starting your own businesses and stuff like that. Always remember your humble beginnings when you first started. Remember how before you had any employees. So when God blesses you, because a lot of businesses you have to start out solo, you know, and then as God increases and multiplies your business, then He's blessing you with the ability to bring in additional help and give other people opportunities, not for you to mistreat them, but God wants us to treat people like how we want to be treated, you know. And if you're promoted on a job that you're reporting to every day, and if you're in a supervisory position, be honest. Don't lie on people. Don't allow catty stuff to go on in the work environment. Stand up for righteousness, you know. Don't make the workplace uncomfortable for people, because I can promise you, in the end, it'll only lead to your demise. So treat people how you want to be treated, because we serve a God that sits high and looks low. You know, I've always been the person that always looked out for the underdog, for the new people coming in on the job. I've always been an advocate for just fairness and righteousness. People just want to work. They just want to do their job. They don't come for all the other BS, you know, and then when somebody don't like you, they start a rumor about you and all of that. It's time out for a lot of that stuff, you know. And I just wanted to share that. That's just something that was on my spirit after speaking with one of my brothers, my mentors. You know, and when God delivers you from out of places that mistreated you and mishandled you, that's a blessing. He delivers you from that stuff so you don't have to deal with that anymore, you know. Nobody with righteousness on the inside of them wants to go through that kind of treatment. So anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. When we get promoted, or when we start our own businesses and we are in leadership positions over others, or when we hire others to come and work for our companies and different things like that, let's always be mindful of how we treat people. Let's always treat people the way we want to be treated, right? So that's just my little 2 cents. I'm about to get out here and go and get me some Jimmy John subs for tomorrow and for dinner tonight. So y'all have a blessed evening.